Hello friends, in this video I am going to talk about the Indian Council Act of 1892. Now before that we have already discussed the Indian Council Act of 1861. Now we are going to discuss the 1892. So there is a almost 30-year gap between this act and this act. So let us first discuss what happens in between these two acts. Now in between them there is a formation of Indian National Congress. So in 1885 what happened? Indian National Congress forms. Now before that what happens? The political leaders were divided. So there was a no common platform. So one good thing happened for India, and what was that? The formation of Indian National Congress. Now the political leader, they come on the one single platform and they can demand, and now this time this Britishers has to listen the INC, that is the Indian National Congress. Now what happens? If you remember, is there any change in the administration? So in 1861 Act, I told you who is going to make a law. It is the Viceroy and his Executive Council. Viceroy and his Executive Council. And I also told you that no Indians were allowed in the Executive Council. Previously Indians were allowed, but as a additional members. No important portfolio is given to the Indian members who were very close to the Viceroy, and they are nominated by the Viceroy. So remember my dear friend, who is going to make a law? It is the Viceroy and the Executive Council, but there was no Indian. Or I can say that Indians are not playing an important role in making the law. Fine. Now what happens? I told you the Governor General of India, this post was changed to the Viceroy. Who is going to make a law? We discuss, it is the Viceroy and the Executive Council. Now this time Indian National Congress demanded. What they demand? They told the additional numbers should be increased. So previously it was 6 to 10. So what happens? This is a demand of the Indian National Congress. So it increased, yes. So previously it was minimum 6, maximum 10. But now this time minimum 10 and maximum 16. Now they know very well Indians were not allowed in the Executive Council, but Indians are allowed in the as a additional members, and in additional members there are official or official member and the non-official. Who are these official member? Official members that are basically dealing the civil affairs, that are basically dealing the military affairs. So will the Viceroy nominate Indians in the as a official member? No my dear friend, no my dear friend. Indians were allowed as a non-official member. First thing, additional member increase, yes. Previously minimum 6, maximum 10. Now minimum 10, maximum 16. So this was accepted. Now Indian National Congress demanded, why you are always nominated? So these members must be come from election. So they must be elected. So is this was accepted by the British government? No. Remember my dear friend, Britishers were very clever. Fine. Viceroy said no. These will be always nominated. Although a little difference is there. Official member will be nominated by the Viceroy, and rest of the members may be got nomination from the different institutions. This is okay. Fine. Now third thing is that financial matter should be discussed. So this is also allowed. Now Indians can also discuss the financial matter, but remember my dear friend, they do not have the voting power. Or another good thing happens here, if they want to ask any question from the member of the Executive Council. If you remember, I told you in the Executive Council there are 6 members. One is discussing the home affairs, another one is discussing military affairs, law affairs, revenue, finance and public work. Suppose Indian, if they want to ask a question about the home affairs, can they ask a question? Yes. Minimum 6-day notice has to be given to that particular member, and they can ask what you are doing. So this is allowed. Now let us discuss what will happen at the provincial legislature, provincial level. Yes. Now this time at provincial legislature, some change happen. And what are these changes? Additional members increase. So additional members increase and they are elected. So they are elected from the university, district board, municipalities, Jamidar and the Chamber of Commerce. The long story short is that at central level there is change, at the provincial legislature there is a change. So there is a change happen, but control was still the same. In India there is Viceroy and his executive council, and in Britain who is the very close to the Queen? It is the Secretary of State for India. So in Britain there is a Secretary of State for India, and in India there is a Viceroy. So control is not changed, control is as it is. In 1861, in 1892, control is as it is. Fine. I hope you enjoy this lecture. Thank you so much.